All right, you guys, as promised, here's the second part of simplifying radicals with coefficients. So the first thing we need to do, just like before, is take our radical, the number inside of our radical, and divide by 2 to see where we start on the list. So 180 divided by 2 is 90. 90 is somewhere here between 81 and 100. So we're going to start by checking 81. So if we do 180 divided by 81, oopsie, it is not good. It ends up being a decimal. We don't care what the decimal is. If it's a decimal, we just move on. So then we do 180 divided by 64. I'm going to calculate these as we go. That is also a decimal. No good. We do 180 divided by the next, which is 49. Decimal. Man. (180) divided by 36. All right, perfect. 180 divided by 36 is 5. So that's a good one for us. We can rewrite our radical as 6 square root 36 times 5. So we'll get 6 times the square root of 36 times the square root of 5. I'm going to change the color of this coefficient 6 so that we can keep track of the difference. So this black 6 I'll carry down again. The square root of 36 is 6. So we're going to have 6 times 6 times the square root of 5. So here we get 36 square root 5. Then we have this plus here. So we're going to drop this down. And we'll do the same thing to the 250. 250 cut in half is 125. 250 divided by 2 is 125. In our list, 125 is now somewhere in here. So we can start by doing 250 divided by 121 first. And I can tell you it's no good. It's going to be a decimal. Then we'll try 250 divided by 100. That's going to be 2.5. It's also no good. Then we'll do 250 divided by 81. Nothing there either. We actually have to go pretty far on this one, you guys, so I'm just going to go, I'll let you test it on your calculator if you want. But 250 divided by 64, also no good. 250 divided by 49, no good. 250 divided by 36 is no good. But when we get to 250, oops. When we get to 250 divided by 25, we get 10. So this is the one we're going to want to use. So we're going to take and we're going to rewrite our radical as 2 square root 25 times 10. So we're going to end up with 2 times 5 times the square root of 10, which is 10 square root 10. Then we're going to, again, bring this down. Sorry, I'm using this new board again. It's a little hard. And do the same thing for this radical. 45 divided by 2 is 22 and a half. 22 and a half is not in the list, but it's somewhere between 16 and 25. So we'll start with 16. 45 divided by 16 is no good. But 45 divided by 9 is 5. So we're going to use this one. And we're going to rewrite it as 9 square root 9 times 5. This negative right here, I already dropped down, so I'm not going to keep it on the 9. If you want to, you can do that, but I already kind of took care of that minus right there, so that's why I'm ignoring it. So we have 9. The square root of 9 is 3, so 9 times 3 times the square root of 5, which 9 times 3 is 27, square root 5. And then this one, bring down that plus sign, and we do the same thing one last time. So 90 divided by 2 is 45. 45 is somewhere between 36 and 49. So we'll go 90 divided by 36 first. 90 divided by 36 is 2.5. So that's a decimal, no good. We'll do 90 divided by 25. You can't make 90 cents out of quarters. If you try to make it, you get 25, 50, 75, $1. So that's not good either. If we do 90 divided by 16, 90 divided by 16 is 5.6. It's a decimal. It's no good. Oh, for sure 90 divided by 9 will work. 90 divided by 9 is 10. So we're going to rewrite our radical as 4 square root 9 times 10. So we get 4 times 3 times the square root of 10. Sorry. And then the last thing we do is multiply the 4 and the 3, so we get 12 root 10. Now, it seems like we're done, but we actually have one last step. We're going to code and combine. So we have a root 5 right here, and we have another root 5, but I need to include that sign. Then I have a root 10 and another root 10. Again, make sure you include all the signs. So what we end up with is 36 root 5s minus 27 root 5s is 9 root 5. And then 10 root 10s and 12 root 10s makes 22 root 10s. This is our final answer. I know that was a lot of work, but it's kind of fun, right? Like, it's a little puzzle. So the rest of the time is yours to work. We're not in the classroom, obviously, but if you need help, you can come to task, or you can just come see me when you have some free time. Otherwise, go ahead and get cracking on the assignment, okay?